Hello my students, let us proceed with today's lesson. Our today's lesson is concerned about music sounds, and before this part we were required to talk about human ear, but under that part of human ear I just provided you with notes because I know that part is very simple to you. You have already learned it in Form 3 biology. Therefore, what you're required is to pass through those notes and you answer the question for set number 11. After that note, let us proceed with musical sounds. Under musical sounds, we need to understand the following terms. Therefore, we have terms here. The first term which you need to know or to understand is called music. This is the first term which we need to know. And you'll be asked to define what is music. Therefore, the first term is called music. By definition, music is an organized sound. A music is the sound which is organized. If the sound is not organized, that means that is not music, it is something else. But not only organized, but also sound must be in pattern. Organized, but in what? Pattern, in categories. That means there should be increase, there should be decrease, there should be high and low, we change whatever. That is pattern, increase and decrease and whatever. This is what we call a music. Music is the sound which is in a pattern and organized way. But also music is a combination of tones. When you put the tones together, you combine them, the end of it you'll end up getting music. Now look here, we have another term which we call it musical notes. Music notes. I said a music is an organized sound which is in pattern. Now this pattern can be either regular pattern, that means they are in order, or irregular pattern. Now when the pattern they are regular, we call them musical notes. Therefore, musical notes is the regular combination of frequency of sound. Regular combinations of frequency of sound. Regular combination of frequency of sound, we call it musical notes. What if now it is irregular combination of frequency of sound? If it is irregular combination of frequency of sound, we call them musical noise. A noise is irregular combinations. That means the patterns are not clearly defined. Therefore, even the human ear cannot detect them correctly. The brain cannot interpret them correctly. They are bringing about confusions. Why? Because they are irregular. Therefore, noise is irregular combinations of frequency of sound. Therefore, in most cases, you'll be asked to define what is musical notes or what is musical noise, and also you'll be asked to distinguish between musical noise and musical note. With that point, we have another thing which we call it musical scale. Musical scale. Therefore, another definition or another term which we must pass through is called a musical scale. Musical scale is the standard set of frequency of sound. The standard set of frequency of sound. That means a musical scale is the one which will tell us your sound must be higher, must be low, must be moderate, because we are using what? A musical scale. A musical scale tells us about the kind of of a voice the singer could need to sing at a particular time, because a musical scale is the standard set of frequencies. It talks about lower frequency, moderate frequency, higher frequency, and the musical scale are given in terms of letters, and the standard letter you have are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, B, and C dash. Therefore, this is the scale. C, it has its frequency. D, it has its frequency. E, it has its frequency. F up to C dash. Therefore, this is a scale. This is a musical scale. This is the set of frequencies. These are not letters. These are the frequencies. C is lower frequency, while C dash is higher frequency. Therefore, when you begin with C, that means you begin at a low frequency or at a low sound. But when you go to C dash, that means you must go to higher sound. For example, this is 256 Hz, while this one is 512 Hz. Therefore, this is lower, this is higher. I think you remember what we normally use. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Therefore, C dash, which stands for do, do dash, C which stands for do is lower, but do dash is higher. This scale is what we call a musical scale. Another part which we must know is called musical octave. Musical octave. You'll be asked to define what is musical octave, sometimes to calculate musical octave if you have been given a certain frequency. Musical octave. When we talk about the musical octave, we talk about the rise of sound frequency from lower to upper. Rise of sound frequency. Rise of sound frequency from lower to upper. This is what we call musical octave. For example, when we talk about our musical scale, we said we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C dash. Now, C is lower. C dash is the upper. Therefore, from C to C dash, here we have from C to C dash is an octave. But from C to E, this is not octave. Octave must be of the same scale. That means from C to C dash, not from C to D. Although D is higher than C, but it is not octave because it is not, look here. Why D is not octave of C? Because C is 256, C dash is 512 Hz. Therefore, why we are saying this is C dash is an octave of C, because this is the multiple. D, it can be higher frequency but not multiple. That's why we are saying is the rise of sound frequency from lower to upper. What is the upper one? The upper, which is and the one which is multiple, is 512, not F, not G or F. Therefore, from C to C dash, from do to do, from do to do is is one octave, is one octave. And mathematically, if you want to get an octave frequency is obtained by taking lower frequency or a given frequency times 2. Therefore, 2 times a given set of frequency, you will find an octave. Therefore, we'll be asked to define what is octave, and in most cases, we'll also be asked to calculate an octave in a given value of frequency. The last definition, or the last term which you must know, is musical interval. How one note or one frequency, musical interval, how one note or one frequency, what is the intervals between one frequency and another? This is what we call musical interval. The musical interval is the ratio between the two frequencies. Ratio. When you talk about ratio, you talk about fraction. Therefore, if you have been given two frequencies, let me use the same, 256 Hz and 512 Hz, and you have been asked to find the ratio between these two frequencies, automatically you're going to divide 256 divided by 512. The ratio is 1:2. Therefore, the ratio of 1:2 is what we call musical interval. Now, at that point, let us have a short break. We're going to resume later.